I want to show you a cool application of our inverses, and that is cryptology. The idea being that I can code a message, and that on one end, as you're encoding it, you're using coding matrix, which I've got here, and then the other end has the inverse to decode it. And so I'm going to code this love, and really all I've done is L is obviously the 12th letter of the alphabet, V is the 22nd, etc. And turned it into numbers. And in general, that's, a really basic way of how it's used. And then you can see we've got this coding matrix, and then this is the inverse of this 2 by 2, and you could certainly check it on there. So I'm going to start by putting in all three of these matrices. So I'm going to go over Edit, Enter. So I need a 2 by 2. So first I'm going to put in the original message. So 12, 12, 20, not 222, 15, not 16, oh my gosh, and 5, okay? And then I'm going to go back out, I'm going to go in, I'm going to, in B, I'm going to put in my coding matrix. So let's see here, 4, and then -1, -3, 1. And actually I have this in front of me, so I should use that instead of flipping back and forth. Okay, matrix, not there. And then do, and C, I'm going to put my inverse here. And certainly you could do this. I'm going to show you a cool trick, because why not, right? We're all about cool tricks. 3, oh, for Pete's sake. 4. Okay, 1, 3, 1, 4, and I'm going to double check my first matrix. Okay, let's see here. 12, 15, that I didn't have written down. Okay, so I've got all my matrices in. Couple things. First of all, obviously, if you didn't have, you have to know the coding matrix. But if you knew the coding matrix, you could find the inverse yourself. So there's one. No, not this one. That's my message. It does help, by the way, to write down what letters you save stuff as. So this is my coding matrix. And so if I do it the inverse, then I come back up that other one I put in. Now, if you didn't have this and you want to store this, then see this store button, go to store, and then go back to matrices, and you can go somewhere. So if I go to D, then if I go back here, it's in D. So both C and D are the same thing. They're my inverse matrix. So that's a way that if you get it and then you need to reuse it, you didn't already have it in, you could do it that way. That might actually be easier than inputting it. Okay, so to do this, you put the coding matrix, and again, you have to agree on the order, it doesn't work. You put the coding matrix first. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do matrix, and I'm going to use my coding matrix, and I'm going to times it by my message, okay? So then this is my encoded message. This is what I would send. Then they would take my encoded message, and then they would take this here, and they're going to take the inverse first, and then you can take your message, so answer, and you could have stored this as well, and you're going to hit enter, and there's back my original message, love. So it's just a cool little application, fun. The same way this works with if you're solving matrices with it. Remember, multiplication of matrices is not commutative, so order does matter. We're used to multiplication order not mattering, but matrix multiplication order matters. So just a heads up there that you do. You always have to put with this coding, the coding matrix and the coding inverse goes first. Okay.